is the Cmf Watch Pro 2, and the main goal of this watch is to prove that you don't need to spend a lot of money on smartwatches.
And it has some great numbers to stand on that too.
Like it costs only 49.99 rupees, has 11 days of battery life, can last 45.8 days in power saving mode.
Yes, you heard that right. And I don't know if you're an Android user or an iOS user, and don't worry, you don't have to choose sides because
this Cmf Watch Pro 2 works both with Android and iOS. And that is only possible because it runs completely on custom software and has its own UI and app.
Sounds good, right? Well, let's start with unboxing the watch first and subscribing the channel. Thanks.
Opening the box up, the first thing that you find here is the Watch Pro 2. And under the watch are these orange straps, and underneath that big box is yet another small box, and inside it are the charging cable and user manual that nobody reads until something strange happens. So snapping these straps on their place and turning on the watch for the very first time,
the number one thing that you gotta go through is the setup process. And when I say a process, it's a lengthy one.
Like selecting the language, downloading the Cmf Watch app, registering yourself on the app, setting up body measurements like height and weight, setting up watch faces, and some more settings.
Took a little more than 2 hours from start to finish.
Woke up the next day, turned on the watch,
tried to connect it to the Cmf Watch app, and guess what? It didn't work. Then tried to sign out and sign in, didn't let me sign in. Basically tried everything but none of them work.
I mean, I totally agree it doesn't cost much, starts from 49.99 for the base version and 54.99 for the one that I'm currently wearing.
But it costs something, right? And a working watch that simply connects to my smartphone
and recognize it is like the basic thing a watch should do.
And finally, after 3 hours of a struggle, everything worked like it should be for the first time. But if it does happen again and I won't get notified on the watch or on the app, it's going to be in my final review. So there is no different way to say this, but I think I like the design and looks of this Cmf Watch Pro 2. Wearing it day and night, the design has definitely grown on me. I mean, it doesn't look premium or shiny in any way,
but also doesn't look cheap either. Has a different look to it with its grey bezel and minimal design. Comes in only one size, which is small, and I have medium to small wrist, so it fits perfectly on my wrist. But people with big wrist may get a feeling of wearing something microscopic. Doesn't weigh much either, only 44.4 grams. Coming on top of the watch, the display is a 1.32-inch 60fps AMOLED display with 466p resolution and a peak brightness of 620 nits.
Good news is that I can easily see the display in bright sunlight or in a dark room
and don't have to adjust the brightness as it has auto brightness. But also couldn't help but notice individual pixels on the watch, especially where there is a contrast like black on white or vice versa.
How much it affects in reality? Well, for that you have to wait for the final review. Now, of course, this watch is health focused, so it definitely has all the workout functions, basic watch functions, and some advanced health functions like step counter, measuring BPM or tracking sleep. But we'll have to find out how accurate they are. So the battery life they claim to get from this
Watch Pro 2, which has a 305 mAh battery, is 11 days of typical use and 9 days of heavy use.
And if that sounds crazy to you, I have no idea how you will react from what I'm about to say next.
Because on power saving mode, they claim to get a total of 45.8 days of use.
45.8 days in power saving mode. That's like a month and a half. And I don't know about anything, but this for sure needs to be tested.
The Watch Pro 2 is also equipped with Bluetooth 5.3 and also supports call. Needless to say, it has microphones and speakers, obviously. And on top of that, smart features like music control, find my phone, and gesture control to activate voice assistant or pick up a call.
And as for all the sensors it has,
here is a list of everything at one place.
One thing that is not commonly found in budget smartwatches is IP rating. But it did check that box too.
It's IP68 water and dust resistant and rated for 30 minutes in 1.5 meters of deep water. And I'm going to test that in the final review video.
So it's been like 4 days with this Watch Pro 2 and it does feel like it has every basic feature that a smartwatch must have.
Like calling, controlling music, checking out the weather, using voice assistant directly from the watch, 11 days of battery life, IP68 water and dust resistant, auto brightness, etc.
Things that I've already talked about, with some advanced health features like
checking heart rate and stress, tracking sleep, or choosing from any popular workout or sport that you can think of.
But the thing that I am excited and kind of anxious to find out is that does this Watch Pro 2 even stand a chance against the big boys from Apple, Samsung, or even OnePlus in their budget lineup of watches, or how close it can get to those smartwatches in terms of overall use? Let's find out that. Now, I know it's not their direct competitor, But if you look from an angle of CMF as a brand and their growing ecosystem of products, this Watch Pro 2 is also a piece of that same ecosystem. So why not compare it to other brands? So subscribe for the full review video, because based on my weather report, it's going to rain a lot. Thanks for watching, and that's a wrap.